the World Cup of soccer. The only time I really pay attention to soccer outside of the Olympics and obviously the MLS playoffs. The amazing month of athletic skill shown on the world stage. The amazing days that the world will descend on one location to try and be the best in the world. This year was special because the World Cup was going to be held in North America, the United States, Mexico, and Canada, with one of the World Cup early matches happening in my city. This was going to be special. It would be even more special if the United States, the home team, well, one of the three home teams, would actually win it all. Because the men's world national soccer team, I don't think they've ever won the World Cup, not in recent memory. So it's going to be special. There's just one problem. Donald Trump has pissed all over it. He pissed all over the World Cup because of his racism, because of his hatred, because of his inhumane policies when it comes to dealing with immigrants. He pissed all over it, and the United States is bearing the blunt of the destruction. Let me give you the run-through of what's happened in the last 48 hours surrounding this year's World Cup. And this is going to anger you. Trust me, it should. Not only as a sports fan, but as an American, as a human being. A Swiss football player, soccer player, you know, they use the term football for soccer. Anyway, a Swiss soccer player, his visa was put under review, and he was only allowed to join his team days later. And the Iraqi national team, their biggest player, Amin Hussein, was held for questioning for nearly 7 hours when he entered the United States. The Iranian national team spent days dealing with visa procedures at the U.S. consulate in Turkey. The United States only allowed, and make things worse, the U.S. government allowed them entry only on match days, which means they would arrive hours before their match and leave when the match was over. 15 members of the delegation from Iran were denied visas. And it's not because we're at war with them, a war that Donald Trump started. It's the simple fact that Donald Trump is a goddamn racist. Omar Turkala Altani, I'm sorry, I'm screwing up his name. He is a referee, named the CFA's Best African Referee of 2025, handpicked by FIFA to be a referee in the World Cup. He was denied a visa despite traveling to the United States with a diplomatic passport. He was refused entry and sent back. And what was FIFA's reaction to this? They announced that he would not be allowed to officiate at the tournament, not in the United States, not even in Mexico or Canada. The CFA's Best African Referee, who was handpicked by FIFA to referee this World Cup is not being allowed to do so. Why? Because he's black, because he's African, because he's a black African, which calls into question the refugee procedures from the Trump administration letting white South Africans into the country, like Elon Musk. The South African team arrived in the United States much later than planned because part of the delegation wasn't granted visas. Members of the Senegal national team staff were forced to remove their shoes and subject themselves to lengthy searches on the tarmac, sparking accusations of racism. They're not accusations, they're fact. The Uzbekistan national team was searched with bomb-sniffing dogs, and the footage went viral to international media. Some Scottish fans, despite being eligible to enter the United States visa-free under the ESTA program, had their travel authorizations revoked just days before their departure. Many fans who had already bought their tickets and booked accommodations in the United States had their visa applications rejected, resulting in financial losses. And the thing that really bothers me, FIFA, you're supposed to be against racism. You're supposed to be against prejudice. And then you let Donald Trump do this? You let Donald Trump do this to the World Cup? You allow him to do this because you're afraid of him? You're afraid of this stupid, idiotic, racist man? This prick who has destroyed the reputation of this country on the world stage. They're going to remember this as the day the United States destroyed the World Cup. And to be honest with you, we deserve that reputation because of Trump. Trump, I understand that you're a racist, that you don't give a damn about anyone but yourself. I know that you are a coward and a traitor. I know that you can't stand anyone challenging you. But I'm challenging you. Make this make sense. And because you're worried about safety in this country, you're the one who put our safety in risk when you started that war in Iran. When you started that war in Iran, you pointed a bullseye at us. What happens now, and I pray to God nothing happens, but if something happens in this country, you will be held responsible. I promise you. This game you're playing, whatever it is going to stop. But in the meantime, I'll be boycotting the World Cup this year. I won't be watching any of the matches from the United States with the United States playing. I'll be rooting against them because that's what you led me to, Trump. That's exactly where you pushed me to. You made me root against my own goddamn country because you have shown absolutely no respect for what the World Cup stands for, what it's supposed to stand for. But then again, you don't care about anything other than your pockets or getting your dick sucked or whatever else that passes through your brain. You don't care at all, Trump. But promise you this. If something happens to any of our athletes or any athlete around the world who goes to the World Cup or their families or their fans, you will be held personally responsible. And I will make sure that you spend the rest of your life in prison. That, I promise you, I guarantee you, that's going to happen. You getting away with shit like this is over. CTP, you know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.